Did you know your sex life at 70 can be better than it was at 30? And I'm not talking about pills or just getting lucky. I'm talking about finally understanding what actually keeps desire alive as your body changes. I'm going to share 11 proven, simple methods. And by the end, you'll know exactly when you need to start. Before we dive in, let me quickly introduce Secret Passions. We're a team of wellness consultants and coaches on a mission to help you reclaim intimacy, pleasure, and connection at every stage of life. We don't sugarcoat things, and we never judge. We just tell you what works. All right, let's get into it. Method 1, physical activity and exercise. This one might not shock you, but here's what most people miss. It's not just about cardio. You need both endurance and strength training. The studies are crystal clear on this. I recently saw a patient whose erections improved with treatment, but then he discovered something completely unexpected. He was getting exhausted during sex. He hadn't exercised in years, and his body just couldn't keep up with his renewed desire. Suddenly, physical activity wasn't some abstract idea. It was about survival. Method 2, joint flexibility. Now, this one often surprises people, but stiff joints can kill intimacy faster than you'd think. Your cervical spine, your lower back, your hips, your shoulders. These are the joints that matter most during sex. I once worked with a couple where the man could ENT perform oral sex anymore because his neck was too stiff. Every time he tried, it would pull and hurt. This was something that gave his partner profound pleasure, and now it was gone. But here's the good news. Even after 70, studies show you can regain flexibility with regular practice. Yoga works, stretching works. The key is consistency. Method 3, nutrition specifically, protein and omega-3. As you age, your body desperately needs two things: protein to preserve muscle mass, and omega-3 self for hormone production. Muscle loss leads to fatigue, weight gain, and just a general loss of vitality. And omega-3 isn't just for your arteries. It's essential for producing testosterone in both men and women. If you're curious about other natural ways to boost testosterone, we've actually covered that in other videos. And don't worry, I'll talk about specific supplements near the end. Method 4, sleep quality. Sleep is the single most powerful anti-aging treatment we have. It's when your body regulates critical hormones and neurotransmitters. When you don't get enough quality sleep, it creates inflammation throughout your entire system. And that inflammation accelerates aging everywhere, including in your sexual health. The fix is simple but powerful. Go to bed at a regular time, wake up at a regular time. And when you feel that wave of sleepiness coming on, don't fight it. Your body knows what it needs. Method 5, balance training. This might sound a little odd at first, but think about it. During sex, if you're subconsciously afraid of losing your balance, your body tenses up. You start avoiding certain positions. You hold back without even realizing it. Here's a simple exercise. Stand on one leg for as long as you can. If that's too easy, try closing your eyes. Still too easy, cover your ears. Working on different types of balance has a much bigger impact than you'd ever imagine. Method 6, communication and complicity. One of the great gifts of getting older is the permission to stop overthinking everything. Say what you like. Say what you don't like. Share your curiosities. Ask your partner how they feel, what they truly want. The more you build this deep complicity over time, the more your sex life will improve, not deteriorate. It's really that simple. Method 7, adaptability and creativity. Your body changes. This is not a failure. It's an even. I always use this analogy. I climb stairs slower now, taking them one step at a time instead of two. But I still reach the top. I just adapted my method, it's the same with sex. If something doesn't work the way it used to, find another way. Don't waste energy trying to recreate the past. Move forward. Adaptability, creativity, instinct, intuition, spontaneity, these are your greatest tools now. Method 8. Pelvic floor training. And this is not just about squeezing and releasing. There are specific exercises for improving erections and entirely different ones for gaining control over ejaculation. They are not interchangeable. When done correctly, targeted pelvic floor work can transform both sensation and control. We've covered the exact techniques in other content. If you want to go deeper on this, Method 9. Lubricants, toys, and tools. Let me challenge a belief you might hold that sex should be completely natural. The truth is, we don't do anything purely natural in our lives. You wear shoes because they're more comfortable than walking barefoot. You wear sunglasses because they feel better than squinting in the sun. So why should sex be the one exception? Lubricants are not an admission of failure. Sex toys are not crutches. They are enhancements. Think of them as adding salt and pepper to your intimacy. It's not a punishment. It's about adding more pleasure. Method 10. Consult early. We have a saying in sexual medicine: minor sexual problems should never be taken lightly. Why? Because they can often be the first sign of underlying health issues, and also because they are far easier to treat when they're still small. If your erection starts to falter, if arousal is taking longer, if something just feels off, don't wait for months trying to figure it out on your own. Early intervention changes everything. The psychological consequences of waiting can be devastating, and the damage to a relationship can compound over time. And here's the absolute truth. No matter how long you've had a problem, no matter how severe it seems, there are solutions. But the sooner you act, the faster you will recover. And finally, Method 11. Targeted supplements. I'm only going to recommend things that have real scientific backing, not the stuff you see hyped online that doesn't actually work. L-arginine improves endothelial function, and studies show it can help with mild sexual difficulties almost as effectively as some pharmaceutical options. Fenugreek can help with testosterone levels, preventing that gradual decline that comes with age. Tribulus on its own usually isn't enough, but when you combine it with zinc and L-arginine, it can make a real difference. Also, consider adding vitamin D, especially if you live somewhere with limited sunlight. Along with magnesium and B vitamins, the essentials your body might be missing. So, the big question, when should you start? The answer is as soon as possible. The earlier you begin to incorporate these habits, the more vitality you preserve. But here's the most encouraging part. Even if you start late, even if problems are already present, these methods still help. A study showed that even in people with significant sexual aging libido issues, erectile problems making these changes brought incredible results. 1/3 of the participants experienced a complete resolution of their issues. Another third saw significant improvement or stabilization. And the final third found that medical treatments became far more effective. So no matter what, you always win. I want you to leave with this thought. Your sexuality doesn't have an expiration date. It has an evolution, and you are the one who gets to guide where it goes. If this video opened your eyes to something new, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Which of these 11 methods surprised you the most? Which ones are you already doing? And if you knew all 11, congratulations, you are way ahead of the curve. Subscribe to Secret Passions for our weekly insights on intimacy, health, and living fully at every age. And make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Take care of yourself, and most of all, take care of each other.